Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. So we posted on our we posted on our podcast Instagram page, which is Tea Time with Emily and Callum, and we were like, we're going to do a Q&A video, so ask us some questions. So thank you to everyone that posted questions. Like, I cannot believe how many we actually got. Like, I'm overwhelmed, so thank you so much. I don't know what the questions are. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did go through and glance at the questions, but I don't know which one's been asked. Emily's got the questions, and you've kind of just randomly screenshotted and picked random ones, haven't you, as well?
Scrolled, screenshotted,
So we'll be as open and honest, whatever the questions are, and I'm a bit nervous. This is our first Q&A.
I know. It might be our last, depending on the question. I haven't read them properly either. So, like, I've just, like I say, screenshot, and then just checked that they were, like, not blurry or anything.
I bet it was like, how much do you weigh?
Have you ate a whale lately?
How many whales have you swallowed and divulged? So, also, like we've just said, we do have a podcast. If you've watched our other videos, part 1 and part 2 of Getting Over Us, we did mention it 54 million times on there. But we are the co-hosts of Tea Time with Emily and Callum, which you can find on Anchor and Spotify, and soon Apple, iTunes, and hopefully other platforms. We are so grateful and blessed. We listen to in 16 different countries. We post loads of different topics, so each week's totally different. We have special guests. We actually have a podcast going up tonight at about 8 o'clock, but it'll already be out.
Yeah, it'll probably be out. There's a podcast but this is going up tonight, so
we don't know which one will be out first. But anyway, we have a special guest, which is Cherry B. She owns her own lip gloss line. She's started off as a drag queen. So she's mint. She's amazing. We also had last episode, we had New York hip hop and rapper Wally Bees. We've had someone that enjoys dressing up in rubber, who likes fetishes. And also you can go back and listen to season 1, where we had New York's Queen of Halloween, we had makeup artists, we had Facebook stars. So, but also it's just I'm
saying we talk serial killers, just
yes, if you want to go back to our original podcast before we rebranded, we talk serial killers, crime, conspiracies. We literally cover exotic basket. Killer has been whacked. We discuss everything from who our crushes are, just 1,010 different things. It is crazy. Come and join our family, because in case you don't know, we're your family. And just join our team. Support this little sorry, you little tinkers. So as of now, we're recording this video like this again, unfortunately, because we are still in a national lockdown. Well, they kind of say it's a lockdown, but they're just switching up, and we're waiting to find out what the crack is, because they're actually live now on the news discussing it. But we are busy. We are there for you to record this. So yeah. Has someone just walked in your room, Emily?
No, I can hear my brother singing. I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, so just to let you know as well, there'll be 1,010 technical issues. We did already try to record the intro of this video, but my friend Kim, who you'll learn to know throughout every podcast and throughout every video, rings us and brings it. Like, it just stops recording. We have 1,010 technical problems. Like, I've just gotten an email pop up and cover me full screen saying I can get a free meal with Postmates, which is in America. And in case you can't tell by our accent, we're actually British. And just before we go in to the Q&A, we've got a little story to tell you. So Emily come up with this marvellous idea. Instead of recording with Anchor, why don't we once a month use a different app? So basically this other app, which I'm not even going to say the name of it in case we get sued or anything. It's just come up, anonymous boy, B-O-I, commented on your TikTok video. Emily was like, oh, we can use this app. So basically you do
I'd seen
podcast.
other YouTubers use it though. I hadn't just like randomly seen it. I watched these.
She's seen it. I don't believe her.
Yeah,
she found this on Craigslist or something, I'm telling you. This is what Craigslist, like, how to get away with being murdered on a podcast, wrote all over it. And it was crazy. But should we keep it actually for a story time?
We could. If this video will get how many likes?
50 likes.
50 likes. We'll tell you the story of a man from Cardiff, an Arab man, and a sugar daddy, pretty much.
Also, don't forget, in the midst of all that, we had Elmo from Sesame Street. We also, believe this or not, I shit you not, Bible, that we also had Amish.
Yeah.
Amish.
I say. What I say? I can't remember what I say, but I think whatever I say is apparently wrong to Liam, but whatever Liam says is right, but it's wrong to me.
Yeah, I say Amish, but I think it's Amish.
I think I say Amish.
Sorry, we don't mean to be ignorant. It's just we don't have Amish or Amish people really in this country. So please don't be offended. You'll learn that me and Emily don't know how to speak, nor spell.
Nor
so
do
we
anything.
did have or do anything apart from eat. So we did have Amish man on with a kid. That I don't think was his kid, and they were like, we don't have no social media or internet or anything like that.
But it was very like weird.
Actually, I've deleted it. I was going to say because my
I don't say the record. I'll have the full. Oh my god, I will have. By the way, if you didn't pass by last video, these are raw and ready videos. I haven't got the time to be like. So I still have the app. I think that was him, and if that's him, I ended up
just press play.
It is.
Right. So if we get 50 likes on this video, we will show you these conversations because one of them was off his tits because he broke his toe, and and I deleted the app, but I suppose I can try and get it back because I don't know if you'll have all of the conversations. Or no, you must.
I don't. I've got mine and that man's because it went on for far too long for my liking.
Mm-hmm.
But can I also just say that it got to the point where I had to then find this man on like Facebook and stuff to block him. Like I generally thought he was gonna come and kill it. It's like it was intense. I was just texting Callum. I've got a text. I was like, "Help! He's asking this. Help! Like, come back! Like, where have you gone?" It was terrifying.
My lord. I've got a story time going on TikTok at the minute, and if I get 500 followers, I'm gonna release part 2 about when I was kidnapped when I was 14. So I'm gonna once I get my followers, I'm gonna post story time and be like how we nearly got killed on an app with all of these different people and how I nearly ended up down Manchester in a flat with 3.
It's crazy.
It's scary.
Our life's never normal. If you want to hear about the Durham situation, that's another story time. We've got loads.
When we sank on a boat and got murdered by a man at the top of a castle. My lord. So yeah. So anyway, let's get into the Q&A. So, Emily, question 1, and who's it from?
So this first question is from Sarah, and it is, where is your favourite holiday destination?
My favourite holiday destination is America. I love LA and I love New York, so I couldn't pick which one because they're totally different. Same with LA, it's got loads of different places, so I like to be hot with people smoking cannabis. I don't smoke the cannabis, I'm just there. Walk down the street and then go to Beverly Hills and act bougie. And then obviously I love New York because it's my favourite place in the world as well. But I do like Benidorm because I like to roll about with my tits hanging out, vomiting in the street, like butt hanging out, people hanging out with me. I mean, people hanging out with us and just different.
Okay.
So yeah, what about you?
Mine would be Florida,
Obviously.
I love Florida. Or not for the place, just for the memories, Magaluf. Just because it was my first holiday with Liam. It just
FYI, Emily is the least party animal you'll ever know. She like drinks once every 6 years. So why the frick did you go up Magaluf?
I don't even know.
Whereabouts did you stay?
In the BCM hotel.
The biggest party hotel in Magaluf.
Yeah, and our room was like overlooking where the stage was as well. So it wasn't like just a normal room. But
How long had you been together?
maybe just over a year. Probably 17. Yeah, so just over a year. But it was a weird holiday. Like I remember we were sat and the first thing everyone said was, do not take free shots. Don't take them. And the match was on. I don't know, it was like a match that Liam went to watch. And I remember we went out, we just walked straight down the street and there was a bar there. And we ended up going to this bar actually like every night, and like we were there because it was really good. But because we went earlier on, it was quite quiet. And they came over with our drink and they put a free shot on the table and we were like, that it's a free shot, we're gonna die. Like this is
Oh,
it.
I love the free shots to give you laryngitis, like
But
love, Tabasco cough and all that.
well, I said to Liam, I was like, they're like looking at us, like, what do we do? Like, they're just staring. This is our first holiday without our mum and dad. We're like, it's like, Liam, should we do it together? Then at least we'll die together. Like, let's just do it. And we did it. We were here to tell the story, but it was like cough medicine. It was vile. So I don't know what we did it. But yeah, it was an eventful holiday.
Question 2, and who's it from?
On my phone, I'm not being ignorant for anyone that thinks. So, next question is, how old are you both? That's from a girl called Lauren.
How old are we both? Why did someone have to ask that question? How old are you, Emily?
I am 20, about to be 21 in April.
Can we tell our real ages or our stage ages?
That's my real age, so we've got to tell our real ones now.
My real age is I'm 25, but I do look older because I've got a beard and I haven't shaved, but I'm only 25, coming up 27. No, I'm lying. I'm 27, coming up 28. That is sick in the head.
It's mad, you're nearly 30. I'm just at my 20s and you're nearly 30.
Right, you don't have to rub it in. Why have I just sat there like that with my teeth hanging out? So yes, I was born in 1993.
I was born in 2000.
Next question.
Next question is from Jack. What started your channel? What didn't start our
You can hear you rattling, it's just me Maltese packet.
I don't even know. It was like everything. It was probably 12 o'clock at night and we had the idea to do it.
It was just spur of the moment, wasn't it? It was like we're doing really well on our podcast. It's only grown and grown and grown. So we were like, I don't know. I think we were just like, do you know what? We do the podcast and people can't see us. No one actually knows what we look like apart from our thumbnail pictures and the promo posters. So we're like, should we just do a video and see how it goes? And then, because we've got a lot of plans of what we want to do, we don't, obviously all of our videos aren't just going to be like this.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot better,
We're
but
gonna...
times and things.
And then that's it.
Yeah, it's not very interesting. Nothing interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So next one is, who is your favourite guest?
From our podcast.
Oh, I thought you meant who is it from? Yeah, I'm presuming so, from our podcast. Just says, who's your favourite guest?
That's not fair because
I'll tell you who my least favourite guest is.
Tea time with Emily and Callum. That's not fair because, like, they're all completely different.
Yeah. Yeah,
We've never had.
I love her. Like, I love Kimmy because, like, she ended up becoming a really good friend and everything like that. But then, like, just like, there's only probably been maybe 2 where we've had on and thought, we'll probably like that'll be it. Like, we wouldn't like message them again, sort of thing. It was nice to have them on, but that's it.
Was it nice to have them on, Emily?
Oh, it was nice when they put a fake act on, yeah. No tea, no sweet lemonade, but yeah, like, it is hard.
I'm just gonna be real. So I love. Obviously, I can't say the person who we're referring to when we're throwing a bit shade because it's not fair on that person. They might be a lovely person, they might just not like us. But on the podcast, we were fine. But obviously, I'm not going to go through and name the ones I like because then you'd be able to let out the one that we didn't really with. But for me, like, I do love all of them, bar one. And another one was a bit, but for me, like, as you say, Kimmy, I love Kimmy's. So Kimmy, if you go on to season 1, she co-hosted the show with us. Actually, she wasn't just like a special guest, she like co-hosted the full show. So she is Kimmy Blanks, and she is the queen, Kimmy Blanks, sorry, and she's the queen of she's New York's queen of Halloween. And I think because we're so obsessed with Hocus Pocus and Halloween and autumn, and she is like, she supported us on a different level, and like our family stories and stuff were lovely. And obviously we've then went on to become friends with her, and hopefully we're going to meet up with her. And so I loved Kimmy. And like, don't take offense if I don't name you because I love you all, but also, like, I fucking fangirled my butt cheek off at It's Your Boy, Wally B's. Like, we know I stalked him, I know where he works. Like, I love him. Love him. I think it's like, because he's cool as out. Like, I love the way he just vibe and everything like that. But I'm obsessed with his music, so I think that's like,
yeah.
But I love everyone that's been on.
I know, and we've got some good ones lined up too. So it's like, it's crazy. Anyway.
And Gianni, I can't speak. Totally said your name wrong. Sorry.
Okay. So next question is. So it is. Where are you from? Again, it's another username, so I can't really say. I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not gonna give you like a postcode and like me town, but we're both from near Durham, in England. You can go with it now.
Like, so Emily's address is no, I'm joking. Yeah, so we're both from, well, I bullshit and say I'm from Durham, but I'm not. I'm from Sunderland, but I'm more closer to Durham than I am actually Sunderland. Like, I'm more close to Durham Centre than I am Sunderland Centre. But me and Emily live like, how long drive away from each other?
For half an hour?
About a half an hour drive. So like if I want to meet Emily, I have to get a bus. And then Emily has to get a different bus and we have to meet up in the middle type of thing. But yeah. But if you want Emily's address, just inbox us and I'll tell you.
I mean, please don't. What I can say is a fun fact is that we live in the same number house. If you can guess this number. I wouldn't give you anything. I was just wondering if you could guess.
Next question, please. We've got an intelligent me tax number in me.
Okay. So this one is from Rebecca and it says, have you ever met anyone famous? Depends what class is famous.
I know, like, I've seen famous people, like, in real life, but I'm maybe not sport them. I've seen Skylar Aston, who's the main character in Pitch Perfect. I've seen, like, obviously, if we're not talking about concerts, are we?
It just says who's the most famous person. Have you ever met anyone famous? Sorry. So I'm presuming, like, meet them.
I've seen Mario Lopez, I've seen Skylar Aston, and then Eric Conover, who's a big New York YouTuber, Jessica Clements. I've actually met them, got a picture with them. Like, oh. I don't know. Have you?
I've met, a few class her as a celebrity, Marnie of George Shaw. I met her in the airport. I always met her in the airport. And I met Louis Walsh. Didn't talk to him, but I bumped into him. So I don't like him. But so I was walking to see. I was going to check something. So in Newcastle Airport where it might have changed since last time I went there because it was like about 5 years ago this holiday. But in the main centre part where it's like you've got like the Burger King, Claire's, everything like that.
Yeah.
So, and there was a little store where like sold like sandwiches and things like that for about a tenner for a sandwich. So I was going that way, but then I needed to come back. And as I was coming back this way, he was going that way. And I bumped into him and he dropped sandwich crumbs in my hair. And I was really annoyed. Like, I was so annoyed. And I went to Mum and Dad and I was like, I'm pretty sure Louis Walsh has just dropped sandwich crumbs in my hair. And they like looked at us like I was
You sound like a sandwich, you look like a sandwich, you're just a sandwich.
And then there was a flight to Dublin, I think. Like it was somewhere in Ireland. I presume it was Dublin. And then everyone started gathering around him and I was like, told you it was Louis Walsh. Like, wasn't just
I've seen Julia Roberts as well. When I was at the Grove in Hollywood at the shopping centre, she was standing there and I'm like,
is it?
I fucking know her, but I couldn't wait who when then I clicked on.
Yeah. See, I've done like I've met people in a meeting.
Yeah. I've met like Geordie Shaw, I've met Adam out with Geordie Shaw.
Oh, I see Vicky as well. Because he used to own the salon I worked in before it was the salon I worked in.
And I used to like talk to Geordie Shaw and shit, but like
I know Geordie Shaw. I've met all of Geordie Shaw, Christ.
Yeah, I met that too.
He worked in Charlotte Crosby's house when she lived near Overton way.
Oh, so did Martin.
His dad plastered the house and Liam was working for his dad, so
Martin put the security cameras and stuff in for her.
Anyway.
So, yeah. So apart from that, like...
No one really. Not yet. Yeah. We are about to do it.
Next question.
So this one, again, is a username. It's celeb crush, girl and boy. Like, you like thinking about yours. I'm like, yeah, I'm going. So go on then.
Well, because I was thinking which out of me 5 am I going to admit to. So, my boys is Robert Irwin.
Like,
Nate Schwander.
Would you have it narrowed down to if you were in a relationship, right? And this person came to you, or if you weren't in a relationship, we'll be nice. And this person came to you and wanted to take you on dates and everything, and they wanted to spend your rest of life with this person. So you've got to pick very wisely.
For a girl, Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
For a boy, can I have at least 3?
Yeah. Okay.
Nate Schwander, Robert Irwin, if he was like 2 years older, and then also Jack Falahy.
Is that?
He plays Connor Welsh in How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, okay. I get you.
What about you?
How would we ever guess? So
Let us guess. Can I say yours?
go on then, have a guess.
Ruby Rose and George Michael. No, what's his name? Amber Heard's ex-husband, George Michael.
Stop being an
Edward
asshole.
Scissorhands.
We don't even like that
Edward Scissorhands, what's his name? Johnny Depp.
Like, obsessed, absolutely love him. Got a colouring book, got a cup, got a candle, everything. And my girl one would be Natasha Lyon.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, I've got a thing with people who could potentially be the same age as my grandparents, but it's not about age. Age is just a number. Unless it's
Are you like guilty on the other boyfriends though?
it's fine. I'm sure they'll never know.
What if they do and I've just fucked them off?
Well, they can't mean that much to you because you would marry them and spend the rest of your life with them.
If I was to marry them, it would be Robert Irwin because he's a loyal whore. But I do want Connor Welsh and I want all 3. Next question.
Well, this one, I know this one about you already. What was the last TV show you watched, or
I'll Get Away with Murder.
I was just about to say, or and film?
I'll Get Away with Murder.
What was the last one?
Actually, it wasn't. It was RuPaul Drag Race UK.
Ooh.
But all I've watched for the past 3 weeks is How to Get Away with Murder. What about you?
TV show would be The Chase. I love The Chase. Absolutely love it. Got a board game and everything. And film would be Ocean's 8, I think. That was the last one I watched at the weekend. Just dropping things. So yeah. Next one is from Alex, and not the Alex you think. And it's, are you in love with a real life person or fictional?
Unfortunately. Next question for me.
Yeah, I am.
Emily has a happy, healthy relationship.
Callum just goes for
Right, that's enough. Just I'm going through actual heartbreak here and I'm trying to focus and keep up with life. So
well, this next one is, do you want to get married? By the same person.
I always said no, I don't want kids, I don't want to get married. I still don't want kids. But well, unless it was I would have helped somebody have kids. But I don't physically want kids. But I do want to get married. I've decided I do. But I think it's more so like not for the marriage. I just want like the song I want and the dance routine I want to do and my flowers and my so yeah. Liam, Emily wants to get married, so fucking propose to her before I chop your feet off with a gully and take your shoes off of your feet.
Yeah, I do want to get married. Not right now, but I do want to get married.
She wouldn't mind an engagement ring. She's saying a lovely ring that's got green emeralds on it. Hint, hint.
I think I want the other one now. I think I like the other one. I think it's cheaper the other one, so I like that. Okay, next question. Do you have a middle name? Do you have
I'm
a
not
middle
giving too much information away here. Oh, well, mine's kind of known anyway because of me Snapchat name and shit like that. So mine's Tony.
And is yours named after anyone, or was it just random pick?
I don't know. My Snapchat name's Callum T. Just a T. One T, not like T as in tea time. Callum T. Anderson. Adders. If you're cute.
If you're cute.
But if you're potentially going to murder us, adders. What's yours, Emily?
Mine's Hannah.
Ow! Just said my last name.
Have you? I didn't hear you say last name.
It's Callum T. Pratt, so you'll not be able to find us on. It's Callum T. Anderson. I've told Emily.
My last name's Pratt. Callum's is Anderson.
Was Anderson. I've changed it to Pratt.
Yeah. Anyway.
Next question.
Next question. Callum literally gives our like. You might as well go for tea now. You may as well. Next question is: would you like to be famous? And that's from Amy.
Yes, obviously, because we wouldn't be doing tea time. We wouldn't be doing podcasts and YouTube videos, but not famous as in like we want to be famous where.
I want to be famous where I get money, because, and then I know money isn't the worry of everything, but it takes away a lot of the worry. So I want to have the money to know that I'm like settled, so I can like have a house and be financially stable. It doesn't even have to be ridiculous amounts of money, just enough to like get by life smoothly. But like, I couldn't deal with the whole. I would love to meet people and stuff like that, but the whole invasion of privacy with like the paps and stuff like that, I couldn't deal with that, and like the drama that comes with it, because you're never
I
going
think for us it's more the fact of course that we're not going to sit here and bullshit and be like, no, we don't want to be famous and we don't want to be rich, because we do want to be rich. But for us, it's not so much being famous and people being like, oh, like, wow, and following us and starting our lives and making bullshit about us. Like, we don't want that. We would love for a lot of people to enjoy us, enjoy our content, enjoy listening to our podcast. So we would love to have like, not even a fan base, but just like a group of people that.
You're a squirrel. I'm gonna have to put like a duck quack over it or something.
It sounded like a duck quack quack. Just like, I'm not even trying to be cliche and be humble and stuff, but I would just love for us to have like thousands and thousands of followers that love us, that actually enjoy our crack, enjoy just being part of it, like being on our podcasts, being on our videos with us, just our own community. That's what I would love.
Yeah, definitely.
And it brings a smile to people's faces. But if he wanted to do a documentary on MTV about it, oh, my cock stinks.
Okay, so next question.
Why were you inviting someone up for tea?
Because you were about to give everything away.
How?
Your last name and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
My address. So next question is, do you cry at films? I cry at adverts. Like
I get to it.
Oh, I was watching the Joe Biden, like, become president, and I was starting to fill up watching that.
I shit you not, right? So I'm standing there and I'm like, because I don't just cry, I shout. And I'm like, yes! And I told her, and when it was like, she is the first, like, black female, I was like, yes! Because I fight for women's rights, and I was like, over the moon, crying, like, fucking come on. So yes, I do.
I cried, and I mean sobbed. Like, my mum took a video and sent it to Liam. I love Glee, and I was watching it, and it was when But obviously he's called Bobby in real life. But when Finn, well, he also died in real life. But when Finn died and Rachel came in, I was like sobbing, like as if it was like I was like best friends with them. And my mum was like, "What are you doing?" But
Emily,
as Joe Biden, my mum's just tagged me.
that is sick. He's getting tortured, isn't he? Talking about Glee, so I remember lying in bed and it was a weekend and I was living at home with my mum at like my original home, and it popped up on my phone saying Corey Monteith's died, and I rolled off the bed. Maybe this was a bit dramatic, but I rolled off of my bed onto the floor, opened the door and screamed and sobbed my heart out. And then when Santana Lopez near Riviera sang, "If I die young, bury me in sand, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away." We're going to get copyrighted. And then she ran out the room crying, and that was a real reaction. That broke my heart. Also, when Joan Rivers died, I took a week off work.
I cried when Michael Jackson died.
Yeah, I've been to where he died. The hotel he was at.
I remember where I was.
And when he died, I went where she died too. And we later. Next question.
Moving along. So my mum keeps tagging me in things. Okay, the next one is. I mean, I'm pretty sure like half these is like. I don't know who's asked half of them, but the next one is, what's your favorite candle scent?
I love. Probably it's like woodwick cookie or like vanilla or something. But I do love cinnamon in that too, and fresh linen and shit.
Yeah, I love like just pure like cake and chocolate smell. But the Pirates of the Caribbean one that my mom got, I got for Christmas. So I actually like, I don't know what it's meant to, like, it's meant to smell of, if you've been on the ride, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in like at the Disney's. Oh my god, go away. My mom again. It's meant to smell like the water from there, like the full ride. And it smells like that, but like I can't even bring myself to burn it just because I'm like all the time.
You're buffing the candle.
Like I want it as this perfume. I want it as like I want it as everything. So, but I really don't. I couldn't even begin to describe what it smells like apart from the water from the Caribbean ride.
Mine's probably like cookie or something, a cupcake
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
all the smell. Mine would be like that. So
I don't know.
yeah, you do like that. So the next one, there's someone called Emily, but it's not me, is, what is your pet peeve?
When people say when people say name or shame, I try to name and shame a 14-year-old boy on a Facebook page and disrespect the family members saying it's their fault, and then I get into an argument that lasts 4 hours. Also, so apart from, I hate the word name and shame, I hate the word picky tea, and I hate, what's the other word I hate? Picky tea, name and shame, and ickle, when people say ickle instead of little. But I also, this woman had a status on before saying, gonna have a picky tea with me ickle princess, and it broke me heart. Like, I hate it. But I also hate when people eat loud and when they make noises. Like, I hate when people breathe and shit.
Mine is definitely like crunching and slapping on. Like I get like just so angry to the point like I'm like biting down on like my cheeks in between, like I've got my fists clenched. Like no offense, but like my dad, I could generally throat punch him when he eats. In fact, he doesn't have to eat. He crunchy on. Like he's or like he'll drink his cup of tea and he'll go and then I'm like what are you chewing? There's nothing. Like he could make a crumpet sound hard.
Mm-hmm.
but I think that would be my worst. Like, or like,
Same.
or when people can't think for themselves, if that makes sense. Like,
When people copy and that.
like, not like, not so much like that. Like, you say something, but like they've always got something back to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're never right.
Like when you've been to Tenerife, they've been to 11 Reef.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. I also hear boys that treat you lovely and then ruin your life.
Moving along. How tall are we?
I hate it when people open the mouth wide to eat as well, and when like people, like you say, like so many things and noises, people's facial features, not so much the features obviously it's gone out, but the way that movements. Oh, just move on because I'm getting fucking angry right now. Next question: How tall I am?
Tall are you?
5'9" or 5'10",
I'm 5'3".
and I'm like 6 foot wide.
Very true. So next one is tea or coffee?
Both.
Only I hate. I know it's so cliche, but I hate hot coffee. I can't get away with it. I like
I love.
oh, what is it? I always get possibly lattes, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. My dad made me one, gingerbread one. That's nice.
I love hot coffee, I love iced coffee, I love hot tea, I love iced tea. I just love it all. It just depends what mood I'm in. Like, obviously, sometimes I love Korean coffee. I got your dad into Korean coffee.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, yeah. So next one is, how many siblings do you have?
How many are?
Siblings. We've literally got the same. We've got 2. And we're both. Oh no, I'm the oldest. I was gonna say we're both male children, but I'm not like.
You're the oldest and I'm the youngest.
But yeah, I've got 2 brothers. Calum's got brother and sister.
I've got like
a child.
I've got like half siblings and stuff, but like
So I'm just gonna randomly flick through and get one more question. We'll go for this one. What is your star sign? And do you relate to
Mine is Leo, which is bossy, likes to be centre of attention, got a big heart, very generous, and that's me.
Yeah. I'm an Aries. And yeah, I mean, I like to think it fits. I mean, I always get told that Aries have like the caring side, but then they have the bad tempered side, and that does definitely fit me. Because my mum today, speaking of fitting things, she said to me, because we're all on diets, like in my house. I mean, not my brothers, but like me and mum and dad. And she said to me, she was like, "What about eating food?" And we were like, normally, like we would have just because we had takeaway. It's like our treat night. And we were like, normally we would have had takeaway, and if we had like leftover pizza and stuff, we would have left it there, and I went back to it later and stuff. But now we were like, we're stuffed like to a good full, like we don't need anything else. And she's like, "Yeah, you used to be a proper mega bitch, now you're just a bitch." I was like, what? Because I used to go back.
You are a bitch.
Well, I take it as a compliment.
I'm just a nice, caring, kind, compassionate person.
That is where we end it on a lie.
Bitch, have several seats.
But yeah, so that was our Q&A. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you've enjoyed it, and let us know the answers to the same questions in the comments. Like, have you met anyone famous? Where's your favourite holiday? How many people have you cheated at? I mean, how long's your longest relationship? Times have changed and I'm a different human being. So yeah, and also don't forget 50 likes of this video and we'll tell you about the time when I nearly ended up in a sex ring and Emily nearly ended up kidnapped in Cardiff, and we were. Oh, there's the duck again. Who's that, Emily?
I'm doing. I got in the middle of this, and this is going on YouTube.
Who is it?
Again, because you were in the last one.
Oh, I've got to do it dodgy left.
My mum.
Get her back in.
She's in work.
Get her back in.
Um,
Cover her tit. Hi. Hi. Questions?
No.
Right. What's your favourite holiday destination?
Florida. Orlando.
Who's your biggest celebrity crush?
Oh,
Jason
come
Momoa.
on. Jason Momoa.
Who's your favourite female celebrity crush?
Don't know. I'd have to think about that one.
Who's your favourite cousin?
Who's your favourite cousin? Kim. Gareth.
Gareth.
Oh, Natalie, guess what?
What?
So I was talking to Nana and I was like, oh, my childhood, and like always remember being without April and being at my Auntie Julie's and stuff, blah, blah. I mean, Nana turned around, she was like, I can't remember you as a child at all. I can't remember you at all. I only remember you as an adult. I was like, thanks.
She remembers our Gareth though.
She does.
Oh well.
Right.
Goodbye. I'll just.
So yeah, once you've watched this video, go and listen to our podcast with Cherry B. If you haven't listened, or unless you've listened to the podcast first, and then you'll not know about coming to here, I don't think. But
this might be up a minute ago, but it should be up before this video.
Yeah, and Emily will link all of our social medias, TikToks, and everything like that.
Thanks for watching.